What's up, Boss Fam? It's your boy DJ the Boss, and I am back with the final cleaning business live. Thank y'all so much. This has been absolutely amazing. This has been a dream come true to be able to do this every week for you guys. And we're gonna just jokes for a second. I'm a little bit early, so we're gonna let some people pop in. But yeah, we're just gonna kick it for a hot little second and see what's up in the chat. See who's kicking it with us today. Y'all hop in the comments, let me know who's here. Elsa, I don't know how to say your last name, Samaniego. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate y'all. Bring your comment up on the screen for you. Shout out to this fella for being on the chat and being on the live stream. The final live stream says just found your channel. Yeah, the channel's not going anywhere. We're still gonna be here. I'm still gonna be dropping videos. Hopefully, a lot more videos more frequently. Which is another reason why the live streams are going away. But thank you for being here. He says, I love your content. So much useful and easy to understand information. Do you have a course? I do not have a course as of right now. I know I kind of, as I built this channel, always stressed the fact that I didn't sell a course because I really wanted to differentiate myself from the other YouTubers who did offer that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I've always said there's nothing wrong with courses or buying courses, but I kind of wanted to build this platform, not shilling a bunch of products. I didn't want I didn't want you guys to get the idea that I just wanted to sell you a bunch of things. I really wanted this to be a community. And that's not to take away from any of the other people who sell courses, because now I've come to obviously understand how that some people learn that way. Some people love the structure of a course, and that's how they actually take in information. So I definitely have been working on a course to give to those people who learn in that way. But yeah, so it's something that I'm working on. But as of right now, I do not have a course. It tends to not be a high priority for me because I do try to provide as much value as I can in things like these live streams and these videos and responding to comments and in consultations. And so I do a lot, and responding to DMs on Instagram. Everyone knows I'm extremely responsive. So I do my best to provide as much value in those ways. And I haven't had to ever sell a course or put a course together because I just don't. I guess it's not something that I need. I don't necessarily need the revenue from a course, and I didn't want my brand to kind of be built on that, and I didn't want it to take away from building this relationship with you guys. Speaking of which, one of the main reasons why I wanted to make sure that I waited till today to do this live stream is because I'm trying not to get emotional. Like, the channel just hit 15,000 subscribers, which is absolutely hey, I really appreciate it. I can't stress that enough. This has been an absolute dream come true. It's done absolutely amazing things for my personal brand. I've always used this channel as a testing platform for creating media and seeing how audiences respond to things and niche topics and advertising and list building. I've used this channel for all of that stuff, and you guys have kind of watched me do that in the way. And I've always said, hey, pay attention to what I'm doing on this channel. These are the concepts that I'm obviously working on in advertising and marketing for my businesses and the way and for all the businesses that I market for. So and that's and for it to have brought me to this place, I can't say thank you guys enough. And it's because of all of you guys that show up on these live streams and hit the like button, and you guys are subscribing to the channel and watching the videos. That means so much to me. On top of people actually having success and building their businesses, it's been it's been a dream come true. I really cannot say thank you enough. So to 15,000 subscribers, man. That's why I'm not going anywhere. The lives have to stop so that I can try to find a way to build the systems around around the personal brand, because it has gotten to this level. I just want to be able to provide even more value to you guys and get information out to you guys a lot more frequently and a lot more consistently and in some structure, and start to build it in a way that, yes, we do want to pull in some revenue, because that'll make it easier for us to create resources and create environments for us to succeed and succeed together. Speaking of which, I think that's one of the things I want to talk about. Oh, actually, yeah, before I move on to that, uh, I take a lot of pride in doing things a certain way, as you guys know. Like, I don't, there's no wrong way to build this business at all. Not there really is no wrong way to build this business at all. And there's a lot of different places where you can take information from, and people that you can listen to and learn from, if you as long as you are still thinking for yourself. It's okay to take information and take certain processes and procedures and experiment with them and see how certain things work for you, as long as you're always thinking for yourself. And I've always I do things in my business a certain way because I take a lot more pride in the way I do things than the result that I get from it. Like, so, for example, I prefer the way that I make money. Like, I prefer the way that I've made my money, like, as opposed to the way other people have done it. Not to say that there's anything wrong with it. Like, for the contractors versus W-2 employees, like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with hiring contractors. That business model is obvious and proven 100 times over. But it's just not the way that I like to do business. To me personally, I don't think that's building a real business. I like not a real business. I don't. That's not the way. That's not what I would consider a real business. You know. So for me personally, that's not like that. That's not saying that that's not a real business. It obviously is. It's made people millions and millions and hundreds of millions of dollars. But for the way that I like to do business, which is why I do things a certain way. That's why I want to encourage you guys to have faith in what you're doing, and the vision that you see, and trust what you're doing, because it can work if you push it, and you can take bits and parts of things that work for other people and create your own thing. And that's what I've done here, on top of showing the work. So, in speaking of, where you're getting your information from, and the people that you're watching online, and understand what it is that you're looking like, understand what it is that you're looking at, so that you can be able to identify the people who are just just their main goal is to sell a bunch of courses and not to help you build a business, or their main goal is to sell a master class or whatever. If that's their, like, understand that doesn't take away from the information that they're putting out, but just understand what it is that you're looking at. So, and compare that to people who are documenting what they're doing and showing what they're doing, and you're watching that process grow, or you're able to look back on in their history, and see that actual process of them doing the things, as opposed to just popping up one day wanting to sell the thing, or wanting to be an expert in the thing. Which is the same way you should approach any aspect of business, like even in cleaning business. For me, when I first started, when we first started marketing and even advertising, we didn't look like a multi-million-dollar cleaning business, because we weren't. Like, we weren't. But we, like, in being honest, there was an authenticity that the local community resonates with, and so they want to help the local businesses and the mom and pop shops that's big in my community. And so we just leaned into that, and that honesty is what got us to the level that we are now, to them, where we can afford to be in a studio where we can actually create real advertisements and real commercials in-house and things like that. So, that, like, it's okay to, like I always say, that it's okay to be where you are. Just like this YouTube channel, I didn't start on YouTube just shilling advice to people. I was documenting my journey, and as I found success, I shared that with you guys, and I showed my process and showed how I did it. From the very first thing that I learned was, I think it was like that Sprite bottle tip, where I was, like, using the Sprite bottle cut open to, like, get water from a sink into a bucket, like that, like that. And that was 4 6 years ago. So, like, that's how this channel has grown. It wasn't always me just like, oh, hey, buy this or get this or download my app. Like, it didn't just start from here. It started from me documenting my journey. And that's how you should approach marketing any business at whatever stage that it is. I'm not saying don't take high quality images. Now, if you have access to that, you have access to that. Everybody's not broke. I was homeless when I started off, so I used what I had. But everybody's not broke, and you're probably not as broke as you think you are. You probably have enough, whatever luxury items in your house to get rid of, and invest in yourself and invest in your business to get you to wherever you need to be. if that's what you actually want to do. If building a business is what you actually want to do, then your actions are going to line up to it. So, but I really appreciate you guys, man. Thank you so much for getting the channel to where it is and supporting me in my journey to this point. I was, I saw some comments on Instagram as I posted the story that some of you guys have been here since, 1,500 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. I saw a couple people from 900 subscribers. That's crazy. There's 15,000 of us now. There's 15,000 members of the Clean and Boss family, and that's absolutely amazing. That doesn't miss me. That doesn't, like, I really do appreciate it, because I didn't think, like, I was talking into the ether in the beginning. Like, I was just speaking to a camera with no subscribers. So it was zero. It was just me, and I was documenting it for the purpose of just being able to look back on it one day, because I figured if this works, this story is going to be cool as hell to tell, and I was right. So just start documenting your journey, whether you want to build a personal brand or you want to do it for your business. But like, you can do both at the same time. But yes, just start documenting your journey, and let the honesty of where you are shine, and and still try to build a real business in your way, the way you want to do it, the vision that you see for it, and go for that. But let's see, what else did I wanted to talk about my idea for a program. So you guys saw a post that I posted on the YouTube channel on the community tab about me wanting to potentially put together a group of people who actually want to are serious about growing their business. Doesn't matter what level you are. I just want to have a close knit group of people who I can pour into, and we can really just every month make progress in your business. I really want to have a tight knit group, no more than 20-25 people. Um, and because I want to be able to actually show results. So we're gonna, come in, we're gonna take a note of where everyone is, and then we're gonna go through the process of pushing everybody to those next level with all of the resources, everything. I like anything that I have to offer, and my time at least 2 times a month for the rest of the year, or for a year, and we'll see where everyone is at the end of the year, and and document that process for everybody. And I really want to put together that group of people, and start being able to show people that this actually works, and this is something that you can actually do, because I know it can work for people that actually want it to work, that actually are willing to put in the work, and not give up on it. So I want to start that program. I want to start that group of people. Some people have shown interest. Here's the thing: this is not something that I want to do for free. This would not be a free program, a free community to join. The reason why is very, very simple. Like, if you are putting your everything into something, and you are making sacrifices, and you are investing in yourself, do you want to really be around other people who aren't investing in themselves? I don't. That feels like a complete waste of time to me. So I don't want that for me. I don't want that for my community. So it cannot be free. I haven't decided on the price. I'll let the community come up with the price. I really do not care. It's not the amount of money that is the issue, but I just want people who are willing to invest in themselves to come together, and we work on our businesses together. And those of us who have a little bit more experience than the others can lend aid, and people who need help above them can reach out to the people who are further ahead, and and get pulled up, and we can all hopefully move to greater heights together. So that's my goal for that program. It really was just a thought that I had yesterday when I made the post. So uh but yeah, I've put some thought into it. It is something that I definitely want to do. So if it's something that interests you, then yeah, let me know, whether it's in a comment, or you can send me an email at marketing@9mediacreative.com. And yeah, we'll talk about it, and I'll put something together, and obviously I'll make some more posts, and I'll put it in some videos, and I'll open the registration for window for like maybe 30 days. So that's the plan with that. Um, Also, next month in July, so at 4th of July weekend, July 6th for the most part is what I'm thinking about. So if anybody's in Louisiana, I'm going back home for a little while. So I'm thinking of doing a free workshop. So, but I want to get at least a good group of people who are in the Louisiana area. So if you're in Louisiana, I'll be in town July 6th is when I want to do something. July 6th, probably around 6 p.m. And yeah, we'll get together and do a little free workshop and see if we can bust out some grunt work for your cleaning business. If you are in Louisiana, and if that goes well, then we'll see about doing it in some other areas as well, Houston, Las Vegas, or what have you, or wherever everyone is. All right, we got a bunch of comments. I appreciate everyone hopping in the comments. Thanks for everyone that's hopped on late. We didn't even do an intro, and you know what? There's a specific reason why we didn't play the intros, because today I wanted to actually play the full song, because I don't think you guys have heard the full song. I'm pretty sure my sister might have taken it down. Where the hell is my mouse? There we go. That's definitely going to be a theme of these lives, is me looking for my mouse as this battery is dying. But let's go. Y'all let me know if that is. I got a bunch of. This is my theme song for a reason, man. I love my little sister, man. Shout out to Tatiana XL. Y'all go follow her on Instagram.
Put the work in, and then I got this. Mix my plan with some purpose and prep. I ain't need a wish. God have it, so I have my way with this. What's for you, what's for you. Ain't no taking it. It won't be on no shady biz. What good is it to gain the world and lose your soul? When you genuinely working, it might take a toll, but stick with it. I see your hustler, baby, to keep your ambition. You put the work in, you gon' benefit it, Lord, I promise. And to my angels in the sky, just know I got it. I know y'all looking down, smiling like, do it, baby. I went head first in it, ain't do no hesitating. Now I'm reaping all my blessings, stay patient, glad I waited for it. Now I'm shining and they can't ignore it. Patched up all my wounds and move forward. Ain't about how many times you fall back up against the wall. That bounce back gon' tell it all. Love, this for all my boss days. Go do your boss days. Loving how you boss, babe. This for all my dreamers and my doers and all the entrepreneurs. Just believe in what you doing and pursuing love. This for all my boss days. Go do your boss days.
Love my little sister, man. Y'all go ahead and follow her on IG. Tatiana XL.
Just believe in what you
That
doing
video
and
is fire. I don't know what she
pursuing
did with the video, but like all of the boss female entrepreneurs in my family and her friends all in the videos, they're showing love. This dope track is my theme song for a reason. If you pay attention to the lyrics, man, what good is it to gain the world and lose your soul, bro? Anyway, man, if you got questions, if you want to hop on screen, I would love it if people would want to hop on screen. I left the comment. I'll put the invite in the comments again. So if anybody wants to hop in, y'all go ahead and hop backstage. We're gonna hop through some of these comments. Let me know what y'all want to talk about. So we already addressed the course thing. I don't have a course, but courses are coming. Short answer for that one. Darrell Jones says, I greatly appreciate the valuable insights and expertise you have generously shared regarding the subject of cleaning. Your wisdom and knowledge have been incredibly beneficial. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate the kind words. I hope everything is blessed for you in your journey and in your business. And I'm not going anywhere. The lives are stopping, but I am still here. I'm going to be providing value like always, man. So but I appreciate everyone. If you're here, hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you guys for 15,000 subscribers. I couldn't be more grateful. Thank you so much. And don't think I don't remember the names. I remember everybody's, like, as I see, I may not remember them right off the top of my head, but as I see your usernames pop up, I know who you are by the username. So I appreciate all of the long time support everyone's been showing me. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. My guy, Donnie Brasco, says, the last live, I appreciate all you've done for us, big guy. I wish you the best. Absolutely, man. Thank you. Same to you. Same to you. Let's see. Daryl Jones says, I do have one question. I have a walkthrough tomorrow. The client is asking for a quote 2 or 3 days. The square foot is about 5,000 square feet. How much would it be roughly? So if you've watched any of my videos on pricing, I always approach pricing the same way. As you have to break it down to what it's going to cost you. how much is it going to cost you to get this job done? How much are you going to have to pay a cleaner in order to clean it? If you plan on cleaning it yourself, how much would you pay someone? So don't, pretend you're not going to be the one cleaning. How much would you pay someone to clean? And how much supplies do you think you're going to use, per hour, or per day, or per month, in order to come up with the monthly cost for you as the business owner of what it's going to take to get done? Then it's very simple, regardless of whether you use whatever formula. If you want to do just a simple 30% markup, or if you want to do a 50% markup, so you can give 30, so you can like budget 30% for taxes and 20% for operational costs or profit, or if you want to just mark it up 100%, so you just do that just double, and so you have a bunch of profit to work with. Or you can try to provide a luxury service if you think you're going to go above and beyond and do super deep cleans every time and then charge 300%. It really is up to what level you want to go for as far as the services that you want to provide. But it all starts with breaking it down to what it's going to cost you, and then not charging less than that. As long as you don't lose money, I'm not mad at you. There's no wrong way to build this business. And so it's hard for me to give you an exact price because I don't know your market. I don't know how much you have to pay employees in your area, what taxes look like, what it looks like operating a business in your area, as far as all those tiny details, the specific niche of the client that you're in, and what kind of budget they're working with. Also, you need their budget. That's also a good place to start. Uh, but I would start there. What is it going to cost you in order to get the job done? Charge more than that, and you're a profitable business. Hope that helps, man. Appreciate you asking the question. Uh, let's see. We got some praise. Diamond 3. Appreciate it, man. This is one of the channel members. Y'all show some love. Longtime channel member supporting the channel. Let's see. El Samaniego says, a worker is worthy of his wages. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. If you got good people, pay them well. If you like, that's an easy way to keep your employee retention up, which is a huge, huge issue for specifically the cleaning industry. Is labor is what we do. So pay your people well. If you want them to do a good job, have good structure, have good systems, have a system that allows them to know how they're doing, if they're winning the game. Let's show them how to play the game, and then show them how to win the game. And that way you can kind of keep track. Everyone can keep track of what's going on. But pay them well, and hold them accountable. See, David 3 says most not willing to spend $100 on themselves, so $200. Nah, just kidding. Just let us know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much it's gonna be. I really do not care if it's 100 or 200. But like, exactly. But that's the exact point. Like, do you really want to be like, in a room like you're having people taking up time and making contributions and things, and they aren't really even willing to like put anything into themselves or into their education or into their business like that. I don't want to be around people like that. I don't want to be around people like that. This business takes grit. It takes hustle. It takes doing what you have to do in order to get where you need to get. And just sitting around wishing the money's going to fall into your lap, or wishing the education and the knowledge is just going to fall into your lap. And if you're not willing to pay for things that are cheat codes to success, like being around a group of people who are already doing what you're doing and investing in themselves and who are having success, if you're not willing to hustle and grind to pay or whatever the small fee is, it's not like some small fee to be a part of a group where and whatever price we come up, it'd be a one-time price for the year. Like, I don't even care what it is, and it'd be a one-time price for the year. But if you're not willing to pay a one-time price for a year to be a part of a group of people that want to get to the next level with you, then I really don't know. I really don't. I don't even want to know you, really. It's not the kind of people I want to spend my time around. Oh yeah, this is my favorite intro song. Shout out to Tatiana XL. That's my little sister. Yes, let's go, man. She's been killing it in the song. She's really doing that thing. I'm super proud of her. Uh, I don't like out of the blue, like she started like just as I stopped rapping, she started rapping. She was a singer before then. I thought she was gonna go the singing route. So And most people don't know like she has pipes too. Like she can really sing. My other little sister can sing too. So, uh, but yeah, super proud of her. Super proud of her growth in her space, and she's been killing it. I'm stoked at where she is. So, and yeah, hopefully be spending some time with her over the holidays while I'm down there next month. So let's see. Always wanted to hear the full version, never found it. Yeah, I think she took it down. I'm not sure what happened. I think it was on a different page that like got hacked or something, and she ended up making like a new IG. I don't know if she ever put it on YouTube or anything like that, but I had it, so I always had the track. So I never let it go because it was always one of my favorite things she ever did, and I have the video too. I'll try to play the video at some other point in one of these videos coming up. But the video is fire too, and serve bigging up all the female business owners and entrepreneurs in New Orleans, like my aunt who started Noble Minds, the elementary school down there. Um, did it in her own way. I remember back when it was a summer camp, and my daughter went to it as a summer camp, and now it's a huge school. They had their big building, and I'm probably going to end up asking her if I can host this workshop for in Louisiana at her school. So, but yeah, but it's dope. I love it. It's my theme song for a reason. So tapping when they says, "I'm glad I'm catching you in real time." I'm watching one of your videos now on the topic, trying to figure it out. What's up, boss? I'm chilling, man. I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm highly favored. I got no complaints. I'm with my community today. We're on this last live stream, and I'm hoping that I have an opportunity to provide some value with you for you guys, and hoping that we can help somebody in a big way. Else, the song name is Boss Babe, I believe. Boss Babe. Let's see. I am not even going to try to say this name. I appreciate you so much. But I'm not even gonna attempt that. I just feel like it would be disrespectful. Thank you, but thank you so much for being here and leaving the comments. These videos have been super helpful for me. I moved to Washington State less than a year ago, so you're a neighbor. Hey, what's up, neighbor? Is it in the beginning phase to get started out here in Issaquah? Shout out to you. Shout out to Issaquah, man. I hope you're liking it out here. Issaquah is beautiful. Issaquah is absolutely gorgeous. Back when I was working, like as I was like repairing video games for movie theaters. I used to drive out to Issaquah quite a bit. It is gorgeous out there, and they've been invested in over the last few years. So hope you like it out here. It's dope. If you need anything, I'm here. After I get back from Louisiana, I'll probably be doing another workshop here in Washington State, probably in Seattle. So, but yes, so stick around, stay tuned. I hope you stay a part of the channel, stay a part of the Clean and Boss family because I appreciate you being here, and it's cool that you're close. I don't know how many people are that close to me from the channel because I never like targeted my area with this particular channel because I didn't want it to cross over to my cleaning business. Uh, Believe it or not, having a personal brand separate from your business is kind of hard to manage. So especially when you do videos about your clients and your business. So they don't always necessarily just like the fact that you have a YouTube channel. That's a misconception. You would think that everyone wants the attention and wants the publicity or the business, but some people just think of YouTube and they get like a weird ick about it. So, but yeah, so understand that. Like, if you want to do a personal brand, or it's not to say you can't do YouTube or be a personal brand, but how you do it also really really matters. Especially if you're going to make content around your business space, you have to be aware your clients may not always view that as a good thing. So like I said, like I do this to help you guys. It's not always like beneficial for me to like do this, but I do this because I really want to get somebody else out of the situation that I was in and into a different spot in their life. And so as long as I can do that, I feel successful. Let's see what other comments we got. We got Stalonix Cleaning Services LLC says, I created my LLC and had my first client on Sunday. They're going to be a repeat customer. I'm using Facebook ads, Facebook as my main platform. Dope, dope, dope. I told y'all, man, create content, put yourself out there, right? We talk about this all the time. Media is my number one thing. I focus on the media. Like, that's why I'm sitting in a studio instead of having it look more like a cleaning off, like what you would think a cleaning office looks like. It's because I value media and creative that much. I started an entire company that tries to do it from for other companies just so I can reuse the profit to build my own media. That like that's the entire idea behind this. Like it's that important. So Facebook as your main platform, Facebook's free. Like you don't have to pay to sign up for Facebook or post content. So like that, go get started. Like it's this example of someone hustling and doing it and getting results from it. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that it's probably a residential client, just because I that's how I view Facebook. But I guess let me know, is this a residential client or a commercial client? But from it being Facebook, I'm gonna assume residential, just because most platforms just have a space for certain things. But yeah, let me know, residential or commercial CCS. Rebecca is one of my favorite subscribers, one of my favorite people in the world. Rebecca is on here. She says, I'm here. I'm here. I love it. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks so much for being here. Always glad to have you. El Samaniego says, are you familiar with post-construction cleaning? I am. How do you use a subcontractor without the client being suspicious on why there's a different cleaning business on site? Oh, good question. See, this is another reason why I don't do subcontracting, because you can't control the subcontractor. You lose the brand, and I feel like brand is the thing that's going to outlast everything else. If whoever has the relationship with the client has the leverage, and if you create the initial relationship, like why would you give that away when the cleaners show up on site and they're wearing a different brand? Now you've split the brand. So like why even risk losing that brand equity with your client? So that's why another reason why I don't use contractors. The way to get around that, though, so obviously it's not a bad business model. I'm not saying it's a bad business model. It's just why I don't do it, because I love to have control of the brand. I love to have control of the training, the processes and the procedures and all, the communication. I like for my business to know how to do all of that stuff, because I want to know how to do it when I go to create any other kind of business, or when I go to create any other type of thing. I want to know how to be able to do all the things. I've done all the things inside of my business, whether it's the sweeping and the mopping, from the cleaning of the toilets, to the vision and the planning, to the directing, the creative directing uh, uh, of creative or media. I've done all of that, whether it's SEO research or uh, building out websites. I've done a little bit of everything in the business, because I want to be able to take those skills and those talents and be an actual a really good CEO who knows a little bit about everything in the business, but hires people who are smarter than him. That's how I like to build my business. But to address your question, the way you get around it is transparency. You have to be transparent about the fact that you're in, that's what you do. You hire subcontractors. You have to be transparent about that. And as long as you sell that as a good thing, then you get to retain your relationship with the client, and you just explain to the client that you have a certain process and procedures with how you go about selecting your contractors and the relationship that you have with them, and the quality, and you only hire people that you trust, or you only work with contractors that you trust and that follow your certain or meet certain quality standards that you set or you require them to meet. Then yes, you get to overcome that. But that takes sales, and it takes opening that line of communication with your potential client. But it's not something that they're unfamiliar with. The entire construction industry is ran from subcontractors in all of the different, whether it's plumbing, electrical, or framing, or like the whatever. They're all separate. They're all separate companies doing separate thing, and that's why there's a general contractor who hires a bunch of a bunch of other companies to get these individual things done. So a cleaning company usually no different. But for me, I prefer working direct, and I like to have control of the brand, which is the reason why I don't do the subcontracting. But appreciate you asking the question. Hope that addresses it and gives you some clarity a little bit. Rebecca says you have been great and helpful to me. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Houston or Louisiana. Yeah, I don't know if you heard, but I'll be in Louisiana in July, the 4th of July weekend. So July 6th is kind of when I'm hoping to get some people together, just for a head down workshop, and we'll just reveal whatever resources that I can reveal, and try to work through whatever processes and procedures everyone doesn't have in their cleaning business, and see if who we can get to the next level, and see if we can get everyone some improvement in their business. But I've grown to really like working directly with people. As where I've seen them, I can have the most success and the most impact. A lot of people who I've met in person, and like just like Rebecca, like you guys, like have seem to grow to understand what to do in this business, and are now actually making progress. And I think the more that we can get together, the more we get together, I think that we can be a lot more successful and grow a lot faster. So I'm really trying to move around and travel, and come and see everybody. Sophia says, "Hi there. So glad I caught you live. Would you recommend starting off with an LLC or a DBA?" I think you have to be incorporated in order to have like well, I guess, I mean, it depends. If you want to separate your business from your personal, then you want to start with an LLC or an S corp. But if you don't mind having your, like, if you just want to be in business for yourself and have everything underneath your name, and just have a doing business as, then that's fine. That's a personal preference of kind of what you want to have. I personally like to have those things separated. And honestly, the way that I started and the lifestyle that I was living, it was so much better and so much more beneficial for me to separate my business from my personal, because my personal was trash. So I wanted to at least have a clean slate with my business, especially in terms of things like credit. I wanted to have that as completely separate as possible, because I had already done a number on my personal finances. So, but that's my answer to that. It's just a matter of personal preference. Tyrone Larry says, "What's good, DJ? What are your SOPs for employees handling dead rodents in the workplace?" This happens to me. It happened to me twice at two different locations, and my employees refuse to dispose of the mice. They refuse to dispose of the mice. Why would they refuse? Like, don't you have PPE? Like, if put on the appropriate PPE. Like, this is the same thing as process and procedures for if you come into contact with like blood or feces or urine in a place where it's not, where it shouldn't be. You obviously you make the note. You immediately gear up and put on your PPP, and you go through the cleaning procedures for removing it, and getting things out of there, and whatever the level of PPP required for, whether it's a dead rodent or blood, or a lab, or you know put those things out in the checklist if need be, and yeah, and get to it. And just have the you might want to invest in the tools in order to handle that situation better, like maybe like one of those street parking lot pickup cleaning sticks, or litter pickup sticks, specifically for reasons like that, so they can have at least a little bit more distance and make them maybe feel a little bit more comfortable. But uh, if they're not willing to do it, and that's kind of just a values thing, or a mentality thing that you may have to coach through, or pick personnel better. But yeah, invest in the tools and make it easier. The standard operating procedure should just be to alert, gear up, and put on the proper PPE, and then go through whatever the procedure is for getting rid of that particular you know contaminant or whatever it is. But look at my girl. Hey, Rebecca,
Hello.
how you doing?
Good, good. We were just running. So I'm like, oh, I need to go. Especially if this is going to be your last one. I'm like, oh, no, I can't miss it.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad. How's everything been? How's everything going?
Good, good. We picked up another contract. Actually, we got another one that's going to be a beauty salon where they do
Nice, nice. I like doing salons.
pedicures. Yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice. Yeah, those
and
are pretty good.
we start Sunday on that one. So
Nice, nice, nice. Is it
yeah,
once a week or how often are you in there?
so far they're just going to try us out and everything. So it's three times a
Nice.
week. But that's okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, that's great.
they might like it and want to keep us longer. So that will be
Yeah,
good.
that's great. And now you got another niche when you go in there and you take the before and afters whenever you find those things that you can do a good job at, you take those before and afters. Now you can market to other nail salons and other salons and get more of that client type and build out those landing pages for those specific client types. So that's how you can grow that particular niche.
That's what I need to do. Yeah, I'm really bad about taking pictures before and after. Then after when it looks so pretty, I'm like, man, I should have took pictures before.
Right? You gotta
So
remind yourself, yeah, set that
yeah,
reminder. I like to I have a my cleaning boss is a little bit different, but even in cleaning boss, you can just have it on a checklist for if you have a cleaner going in there or one of your sons or anybody going in there, you can just
yeah,
have it on the checklist to say before you get started, take a picture of this space.
that's
Yeah,
good.
like
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. In that way, and then right before that, the very last thing, take a picture of the space. Yeah, and then have that clean before and after. It kind of just built into the process and procedure. That way, you just have those things, even if it's you get you if it gets done every night, you may not use every single one of them, but every now and then something's going to happen. They're going to have a really dirty day and you're going to be able to show a really huge difference, and yeah, and those are going to be the ones that are going to be really good
So,
marketing for you.
is this going to be your last one?
A
I
lot
missed some of
live,
it.
yeah. I'm still gonna put out videos, and I'm still gonna like do events and community things, and I will go live every now and then. But as far as like the every week on Tuesday at 3,
Yeah, it gets
I
a
probably won't be
sure.
live in that way for a while, for a few months. I'm gonna take
Okay,
some
we'll do
not
it.
time off,
Well,
but some
he's
time
got,
off.
like I said, my grandson's up there. Hopefully, we go visit him, and then we're going to stop by. So,
Absolutely, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
yeah.
Awesome.
All right. I just wanted to say hi and bye.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. Congratulations on everything going so well. I'm so proud of you. I'm super proud of you.
You helped us a lot. Help me
Thank
up.
you so much.
Yeah. Bye.
See ya. Oh, that's one of my favorites, my favorite people on the planet right now. Shout out to Rebecca, man. Y'all show her some love. I remember her story. Everyone has like a really like the story is always really good. The story is always amazing. Like when you can build something out of nothing. Like people who really want it pull themselves up. I don't take it like she just watched my videos and took in some of the information that I've said, but she's also taken in information from other places and other resources, and she's brought those things back to me and been like, hey, what do you think about this? Or what do you think about this? And bounce those ideas off of me and other people in her lives. And she's pulled herself up, from not having anything to now having a business that's just consistently getting clients, and now doing business is just a part of life for her. It's just a part of life, and that's where you want to get. She honed down and she decided that this is what she was doing. And like Rebecca's been a part of this channel. It's been years. Like it doesn't happen overnight. You have to decide that this is what you want to do. And I couldn't be more proud of all of the people and all of the subscribers that have taken initiative and invested in themselves and are doing this, and because it does work, and it's something that changed my life. And if it's something that you really want, and you really want your life to be changed, you want to own something for yourself, you want to do business, entrepreneurship is inside of you, then I believe in this business. Let's see. Yeah, my mouse is dying. I really got to change this battery. I'm so lazy about changing the battery. Let's see. Oh, we got an answer. You guys remember I was saying that because it was a customer got on Facebook, I pretty much automatically knew. He said they are a residential client. It was a clean out, and then they decided to keep me as a cleaner. So, but yeah, I'm telling you, I've been knowing what I'm talking about. But there's certain places and there's certain platforms where you're going to get certain types of clients, and I can tell you exactly what you're going to get from each of these platforms because I've just been doing this for so long. But and that's not to say that you can't get commercial clients from Facebook and doing marketing on Facebook. It just takes some know-how, and especially if you have a budget and if you spend your ad spend in the right way, you can get clients from all of these different platforms. And that's something that I do inside my media company, Nine Media. So if you want to reach out to me on that level, those of you who are at the higher levels, you're above six figures and you're trying to get to from, above from go from six figures to seven figures, that 100,000, 150,000 to a million, then that's kind of the playbook for that level. A lot of the content that ends up being on this channel is helping people get started at from absolutely zero to six figures, so where you can actually live and eat and decide if you want to do this or turn it into a real business. Those are the people who have the most of my attention, because that's kind of what's most important. Everything beyond that is kind of just, is this what you want to do? And the people who want to do it are going to do it. Let's see. His accent. So was that a weed song? You sing that? Yeah, I said the phrase and I just couldn't help myself. Yeah, I couldn't help myself. Excuse me. All right, make sure I hit the like button, man. Hopefully, we got a lot of likes on this one. This should be the most liked live we've ever had. Hit that like button for you, boy, if you haven't already. I appreciate it. Get back to StreamYard. Let's see who we got. Sophia says, "Thank you so much, LLC." It is. I kind of figured, but I don't want to be presumptive. I've learned to stop making assumptions, especially now that our community is over 15,000 people. And like I was just saying, I tend to talk to the people who are at zero, don't have much money, because they think that's the limiting factor in getting this business started. And so I try to get people to overcome that limiting belief. It's probably my number one mission on this channel, and with the content that I put out. But now having 15,000 people, as you can imagine, as that scales, and with everyone doing the exact same thing, not everyone's broke. Some people got money. Some people got a lot of money. I had a coaching call with someone who was like starting off with like 150 grand. And I was like, and you're like, what do you like? Where's the issue? Like, just get started then. Like, I don't know what you like. I was like, oh, I rarely have people looking for help, but it happens. I had to adjust my thinking. Oh yeah, not everyone's broke. So not everyone's in the same situation. Not everyone needs to start. Not everyone's at zero. Not everyone's at 150,000. Not everyone's at 10,000. Everyone's at different places. So I don't like to be presumptive or assume that anyone's at any particular level or wants to do anything in any particular way. I don't ever assume that people want to do it my way or they won't have a different way that they want to do it. And so I always try to like explain what I want you to know, and and explain the options that come along with it and the pros and cons the best I can. And I do. I obviously I'm biased towards the things that I like, but I do always try to give that counterpoint and that counter argument, which is really how you should approach learning anything, especially in business. Like, you take in all the information that you can, and whatever you end up believing from the information that you receive, actively look for counterpoints to that. Actively look to change that belief and be open to changing if you end up being proven wrong. Be open to it. And that's how you learn, and that's how you evolve your learning. When you learn something new, you're able to take it in. Is because you're open to being able to change it in, not just set in what you've heard heard before. If something trust yourself, if something actually makes more sense than what you've already come to believe, then you have to be willing to make that adjustment. Because in business, things change and things change quickly, especially on the internet. So, you can't be so stuck on what it is that you want to do or how things are working for you. Always, be learning and be willing to learn more. So Damon 3 says, do you think you'll ever sell your business in the future, or just hire a manager and run it from the background? So I mean, that's kind of what I do now. I do, as CEO, I do take more of an active role in I guess what you would call the day-to-day, but more from a what needs to change in the systems, where are the clogs in the systems that stop us from being able to just flow like a well-oiled machine. And so that's kind of my job as a CEO, and to make sure that that goes, the business flows smoothly and everyone's pushing towards what the vision is, right? And that's kind of my job, and that's what you do. You're pretty much kind of trying to get everyone to believe and go for the same things from their respective positions. Uh, the problem with everyone thinking that you can just hire a manager and like run like and just let them run it from the background and not be more hands on is like you at that point you really are talking about the $10 million business where you you- you can be completely removed and your business can grow without you, because just hiring a manager to run it doesn't like that's great. That's a great place to be. That's definitely a milestone to be at, to where you can leave and just leave your business and leave it alone and it can run. And I can do that. I can leave my business. I can run. I can set up, I can set up a couple extra processes and procedures to get some of the things that I do done on a daily basis. And if we may gain a couple clients and everything will go smooth, but it's not going to it's not going to be like I'm not at the level where I can leave my business and it's just going to grow and grow and grow without me. No, like if I leave my business for an extended period of time, things are inevitably going to start to dwindle. So uh that's a different level of business. So like I am not there, and that's where I am not at the place where I can just leave and my business is just going to grow forever without me. It's not an asset in that way just yet. I'm working my ass off, but I'm also doing a million other things, so it diverts my attention. Again, like we talked about last week, the woman in the red dress. I want to do a million different things. If I was solely focused on building my cleaning business to that level, then that would be great. But I want to do a bunch of different things, and money isn't the end all be all. I have enough to be happy, and I kind of want to start doing things that'll bring me even more happiness. But eventually, yeah, I will be growing to that level. I will not ever sell my cleaning business. I probably would be willing to sell every other business that I start or create from here on out. Um, I'm not emotionally attached to any other thing that I start. My cleaning business and some of the initiatives that I have within my cleaning business, like for autism, I want my cleaning business to have one of the biggest programs for occupational therapy for people with autism, because it affects so many people in my family, uh, my my own children, my youngest. And so like it's a big part of why I started why I started the initiative within my company. And so it's not something I would ever sell. It's something I kind of always want to be in the family, so that no one in my family ever has to wonder how any one of us are going to feed ourselves or work that's kind of one of the bigger reasons why my business exists, is because I want that to exist. And so that's something I will never sell. Anything else I'm not really tied to. And in the business itself, I'm not necessarily tied to. I would start another cleaning business and sell it. But this particular one, it just means something to me, and because of that, the initiatives within it, uh, I'll never let it go. So, but hopefully that answers your question. Sutton Cleaning Solutions says would love to link up. Where are you? What area of the country are you in? If you're in Louisiana, then I'll be there next month. If you're in Washington State, I'm always here. When it comes to having contractors from hiring employees, where can I find it? Contractors form for hiring. I'm not that. I don't understand the question. So when it comes to having a contractors form for hiring employees, where I think yeah, you got to reword that one for me so I can understand the question a little bit better. Because you're either going to hire contractors or employees. 1099 forms for contractors you can get from the government website. Uh, for W-4s would be for hiring employees, which you can also find from the IRS website. So let's see what we got here. Demon Jack Gaming says, "What's up, boss? Can you advise how we can get local schools for cleaning services here in Toronto?" So schools are tough, highly lucrative, but tough because generally they are okay with going in house with with a full time janitorial person. But if you can become a figure in the community and you can build those relationships, it's not uncommon to see them outsourced to a janitorial service that they trust, that they feel closely with. So be a community member. That's how that goes. Reach out to your community, be a community member, find ways to provide them value. uh, Reach out to them in those time periods where they might be looking to change or might be looking to do something different. Look for those new educational facilities that are popping up, and in different styles of schools and local educational facilities to service, and and build those relationships, and build relationships with adjacent things, build relationships and create associations with your business and education and the community and your city and your town and the councilwoman and the electric company and the whatever, and the other local businesses or anything around education, or the daycare centers, or so go and start building those relationships and talk to those people and create associations with your business and those people, and you'll be better off for it. And it's not just, I guess, for Toronto, it's for anywhere. Let's see. I believe it's irs.gov. Maybe, yeah, I believe irs.gov. Not, I don't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, you like I know the number one place that I could tell you is google.com. Go to google.com. Where can I find Form 1099s? Boom. Easy. Problem solved. How much do you spend on ads? I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. It depends on the platform, but generally, or the type of campaign, CPMs change, which kind of dictate but how much budget I allocate to certain things. But generally, in Google Ads, I will spend about 10 times whatever the average cost per click of the keywords are that I'm targeting. So if a keyword, so say commercial cleaning, if that keyword is $30 per click, I'll budget for $300 per day for that particular keyword. And then I'll just group that with however many other keywords I want to target in that campaign. That makes up the total budget for that, for that month. So that those daily numbers, all together make up the total budget for that month, whatever it ends up being, or whatever the initiatives that we're selling at the time or targeting at the time. Let's see. Hello. What would you suggest is the best way to get commercial contracts? I think the best way to get commercial contracts is to attract them, to have them come to you, which takes marketing. That is the best way. So, but it depends on the best way for what, the best way for who. That's the best way for me. So, what's going to be the best way for you? What can you afford? I like running ads because I can have an ad budget, and I can see how much it costs me to get a client, and then I can just buy clients at that cost. So it depends on what level are you at? What how are you in the beginning? Do you have any money to invest into your business, into your marketing, into a bit like I would say the second best would be SEO, coming up in search, intent based marketing. I would say that the third best would probably just be brand activity, just doing high brand activity, posting on all the free places to post, blogging, uh, Google My Business, Facebook, IG, LinkedIn, all those things. But it just depends on what level you're at. If you're at absolutely zero, I think you should knock on doors and be cold calling people, or exhausting your network. These are all the ways that I've kind of just went down the list of all the ways I'll go through getting clients and how you should look at them at each level. Is your business minority owned certified? Yeah, I believe so. I think I did it a while back, but it was never like a huge deal to me to have it be certified minority owned. But I eventually did. I eventually did it. So we are. I felt it was pretty obvious that I was a minority. So anytime I was ever going to apply for something, I figured it would be a pretty quick process, and it was. Jamarcus Simmons says, "What's up, boss? How do you handle key control? Like once you hire employees, do you let them keep keys? And if so, how do you do inspections?" So uh, we use a lot of like lock boxes and people only we limit keys to key holders. We have things called key holders, and only key holders really have access to keys. They typically pick keys up. They sign the key release form, obviously first and foremost, taking responsibility and liability for changing locks in the events that keys are lost or stolen or come up missing. But uh, but yeah, they have access to the keys. They have the access to the keys in the office or the storage facilities where in the locations or cities where they are. They're the ones who go and pick up the keys because they typically are the ones who lead the shifts. And then they either after shift they return the keys, or depending on how long the shift is, they'll bring the key back to where it's supposed to be the next day. And it, sometimes we have, depending on what how big the location is, how often we need to do inspections. There'll be a second set of keys that an inspector or manager would have, or they would just go and get the one key if it's a not as frequent location or not as big of a location. Then the inspection is probably going to happen on a day where it's not being cleaned and the keys is just available. It's usually how it works out. And so that's kind of how we manage keys. So key release form, key holders, uh, and the key actually moves back and forth, and it's in a unified spot where it's that and somewhere where the company has access to it, where I can always have access to it. And so as people clock in and out and they travel back and forth, and I see that on Cleaning Boss, I know that the key made it back to the storage facility or back to the office into the key box or back into the log box at a location. So a bunch of different ways to go about it. Take this comment off. What's going on, boss? How you doing today?
What's going on, big dog? What's going on?
I ain't got no complaints, man. I'm blessed and highly favored, man. I got no complaints whatsoever. How's the family? How are the seven closest people to you? How is their health and well being?
Oh man, uh, I would have to say they pretty much okay. I'm here in my office right now, but yeah, as far as the seven closest people, closest to me, I would have to say they doing as well as can be expected. They definitely have things going on in their life, but to me, I wouldn't say that is too monumentous for them not to be able to handle it. So
Yeah, yeah. And they have you, man. They have you thinking about them too. That's that like people understate how important that is. Like some people really don't even have someone that really even cares. They like that whether they're having a good day or not, whether their health and well being is doing like that's big for people to like to even have that. So that like they got some bright side. Everybody has their stuff that they're dealing with and stuff. But that's good. I'm good that everyone's in good health and hopefully everybody's in good spirits, man. But so how's business going for you? What's going on in the life of business for you?
but to be quite honest, business is going okay. But as I look at you and guys like AJ Simmons and others, it's definitely not going as good as it can be. And I just feel like it's because I haven't done the necessary things to scale the business in a way that it should be scaled at the point that I'm at. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you and AJ both are a few years younger than me, and uh, for me to have started my business, I think the most the most that I made in my business was like $116,000. You see what I'm saying? So I was like, man, but and to be just to, quite frankly, to be a black man when you because as a single member LLC, you are the business basically. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
when I made that amount of money, it was like, and the whole conversation about, oh, black men only make 40,000 or less a year. You see what I'm saying? So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, man, I'm making
Yeah,
way more
I'm
than the
doing it.
average
I'm
man.
good.
But when I ran into, I've first heard about you from you did an interview with AJ Simmons. So then something I was searching, and I just subscribed to your channel, and then I think I was looking up. I don't know if that was you, but I think I was looking up. Should I get like a 1-800 number for my business? I'm looking to get voice IP. I'm looking to get voice IP service. I already got my own Wi-Fi stuff like that, but it was like, should I? Because I got business cell phones, but then it's like over time, I'm trying to have an office administrator, and I want them to be able to answer the business phone. Man, I'm like, I wouldn't say I'm behind, but I'm behind. I just recently got my website up and running. I just recently got professional um, um, email addresses. So, from that standpoint, it was like, man, I'm not. I'm like mega behind based off of where I seen you guys were, and I'm not done. Then that go back to what you was asking about the 7 people closest to me. It's been so. Let me say this: I've been using trying to balance family and business as an excuse to not be where I think that I should be, where I'm capable of being. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to 10x that. I'm trying to see my best year. How can I 10x that and start grossing $1 million because it's out there and it's possible, So running and then it's so many people who are fraudulent. You just don't come across as fraudulent. I'm not sure. I'm not able to look at your books or anything like that, but your whole setup.
Oh, we lost her. We lost you. We lost you. I don't
Hello.
know. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. There you go.
Somebody was trying to call me. I'm actually on my phone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know it is. Hey.
See, that's what I'm saying. Somebody, that's me, bro. Somebody trying to call me.
I don't know what's going on. It happens to me too. Anytime I'm trying to do something is when people want to reach out. Well, might have to pull him back on. I really want to address. He was talking about a lot of things that I like really relate to because that's where I started too. Was you know from that spot of like thinking about like dang I'm a black man in America and I need like I need to get to where I need to get and I need to be able to take care of my kids. I need to be able to you know pull myself up and be where I believe where I need to be. And I wanted to address it. I wanted to speak back to him directly. So I hope he's able to pop back on. Um, but I guess until he hops back on, we'll answer some other questions. Ah, that sucks. I hate when that happens. Oh yeah. So do you have anybody calling? And he's yeah. I just answered that. I just answered that question. But yeah, cleaning boss. mycleaningboss.com. Go ahead and get it. I have a banner. I'm gonna put my ticker up, man. You guys can try Cleaning Boss free for 14 days, but mycleaningboss.com is the technology, same technology that I use within my company. I'm just building it slowly and building it out to be, forward front facing for you guys to be able to use as well. And so that is what we're doing in business these days is working on Cleaning Boss. So we got him back.
Yeah, oh
Back.
man. There was somebody calling my phone, and I like ignored the call, but they was like
Nah,
still
I'm calling it
calling.
back.
Right? They were like,
Right back. I'm calling
It's
right
like,
back.
man, and that's what I'm talking about. I don't know. I haven't mastered how to, cause everybody be pulling for my attention, and it's like I think because I haven't established the no's, like no, I can't do it right now, and then I be so uh because I'm limited in family and friends, the ones who are close to me, truth be told, a fear of losing them too. It's like, well, let me hurry up and give them my access when it may not, like for instance, people. I'm just being honest with you. People not gonna respect the fact that I'm on a phone call with another successful cleaning service that may not may which is right now in certain aspects more successful than me, and to be able to have a conversation like this being your last live stream, you've already been live for an hour and 16 minutes, for you to even give me that amount of time. A lot of people who are around me, they're not gonna value that. They're gonna be like, oh, that was a waste of time. What did you get out of it? You see what I'm saying? So, and even right now, you have a consultation on your website. I might ask a question now, and you're willing to answer it. That could be huge. You see what I'm saying? You could answer $1,000 question right now, and they not gonna
Yeah,
understand that.
like,
You see what I'm saying?
we're not gonna get it. Yeah, yeah.
So let me ask you this, just straight out. You probably answered this before. Do you use mostly contractors, or do you have any W-2 workers?
I don't use contractors. I don't that like everyone keeps asking me questions about the contractors, but I say a million times like I everything in my business is in house. Everyone's W-2 employees. I use contractors for things that I don't actually want to do. Like I'm scared of heights. I got scared of heights. I almost fell off a roof when I was trying to clean windows. So I don't clean windows. And I realize that window cleaning is a whole separate service. I'll use contractors to clean windows. I'm not cleaning windows. That's me. But like that, that's the type of stuff I use contractors for. But as far as janitorial service, commercial cleaning, everyone works for GCO commercial cleaning. Everyone gets a paycheck directly from GCO commercial cleaning. Every individual person works for GCO Commercial Cleaning as a W-2 employee. I don't use contractors. So like the splits between cleaning companies and contractors, like those are like things that I'm just now learning about at this stage in my business, because I've always just used people who work directly for me, because I
Okay,
just wanted to have the control of the training. I want them to wear my uniform and my colors. I want to have the brand in my community so that when they see my company and they see my employees out, prime example. This is not even that long ago. This is probably last year. There's a in Mount Lake Terrace. I have a location in Mount Lake Terrace that's directly across from this location. There's a big grocery store that there was being remodeled. Right.
right,
They so it's closed, but nothing, like not a whole lot's in it. They haven't gotten everything out, but it's just kind of it's just obviously closed and no one's been there for a while. A group of teenagers decide to break in it. They bust the glass, they throw a rock through the window or what have you in the middle of the night. Guess who cleans in the middle of the night across the street? My employees. So my employees in getting out in like getting out, like the police are coming out looking for this thing because somebody didn't call the cops because they didn't see the people in there, and saying that like they're running around the parking lot, they're breaking in the building. So the police come immediately because it's a neighborhood where people like they care, like they care about their community. So the police come rushing up just as my cleaners are leaving, and the police are hemming up everybody on the block. And
right,
because my guys are in my uniforms, they're scot free. Those are obviously just the cleaners. Like those are obviously just the cleaners. Like that's why I like to have that stuff. I like to have control over that stuff. I can make a requirement in my business that if you are working in one of my facilities, that you are in my uniform. It's not just because I want you to, not just for brand. It's also for safety. Because had you been out of uniform, they could easily not believe that you are just a cleaner and you're just in this, but you just so happen to be where this crime took place. Like you could get hemmed up. Like I don't even want to come close to that. Like it's a safety thing as well. I like having control over all of that stuff. Oh, you might have got another call.
Yeah, I'm back, man.
Yeah, yeah.
They own me, bro.
I
My
know, I know,
man,
I
they
understand.
own me. So okay, so from a payroll tax when you file taxes, is that a tax for the business that's huge, or do you offset that? And also, with you having W-2 employees, what, if you don't mind me asking, what are you paying them at an hourly rate? And on average, what is the average amount of hours your workers get per week or per day?
It depends on like if they're a full time employee. If they're full time, they're working 38 hours or 40 hours, and I hope I try not to like. Sometimes people get some overtime or that like that stings. You know, like overtime stings. Employee taxes let you pay quarterly, or that you like it generally adds up all the math. After all the math said and done, it averages out to about 31, 32% basically of what you already pay or whatever. So like you budget for it. It stings, but it's not. It doesn't make it like prohibitive. It doesn't mean you can't. It doesn't make it to where you can't do business. It's not that big of a hit, and you can't get taxed on what you're not making. So like it's not that big of a hit to where it deters you from doing business. Yeah, it sucks because it's that money. You've seen that money. Like I made this money. I'm paying taxes here, but it stings because you know at the end of the year, whatever you got left, they still gonna tax you again, and they're like, you're gonna pay taxes on everything you buy. So it's frustrating. Now it's more frustrated than anything. It stings, but it doesn't make it prohibitive. And I'd rather have the money than not have the money. So have the money and have paid the taxes than have not have done it at all. And it's not
Oh,
like you're not gonna pay taxes at all just because you got contractors. You're still gonna pay taxes on something like the Uncle Sam always gonna get his.
right. But okay, so I heard you say 38 hours. So you're getting contracts to where some of these contracts are 8, 10 hours a day type of contracts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so like a porter or something like that. That's what I'm gonna assume.
Not always not always day porter, but yeah, day porter ends up being a lot of it, a lot of it, a lot of things like that. But day porter ends up being a lot less man hours because like it's because it's like that. It's someone can be in there all day, but like a high rise building could take a team of people 8 hours. You know, even if it's whether it's day porter or not, if they want to clean top to bottom every night, it can take a team of people 8 hours and over the course of a night. So it really just depends on what and in certain cities where like there's not a lot of like huge commercial buildings like out here in the outskirts where I am, there could be a 4 hours in one shift and then they go to a different location and spend the next 4 hours there and have an hour break in between. We have a lot of that. Or we have people who like pick and choose whether like which locations they want, and they make their schedule to kind of cater around their life, or because they need Thursdays to drop off their sister, or they gotta babysit somebody's brother on Fridays, and so they can't work Fridays, or they can work a certain time. And so it's kind of, it just depends on the employee and the types of the locations and clients that you have in a given area.
Okay, okay. So, and I'm sure you've answered this question in the past, and I'm sure you probably answered this in the video or the meeting that you did with AJ. I gotta make it to that cleaning biz conference too.
Yeah,
But
you gotta make it to a conference and get in the room, man. Getting in the room is pivotal.
oh, so let me ask you this too: are you ISSA? Do you have a membership with them? Are you familiar with ISSA?
I'm very familiar with ISSA. Yeah, yeah. I
And
have a
so
membership
so
with ISSA. Um, I kind of always like ISSA is just like them. They're the governing entity for our industry. So like it's
correct, right,
huge, and
right, right.
they're a wealth of information. But like also that's a business, like
Right.
you know what I'm saying. So that like that's also a business, and it's not necessarily like a needed thing. It's not like everyone feels like they need ISA to like
Right, right, right,
for it
right,
to
right.
have success. And like I never felt like that. And then like to be honest, I kind of like reached out to them and try to like obviously my channel was a lot smaller, so rightfully so, they kind of like gave they little bro me a little bit when I tried to like
Right.
reach out to them and try to come to the event, and I wasn't in a place where I had like it was before I could actually give them the $800 plus the booth fee and all of that stuff to like set up and do things how I wanted to, or even just have like a section where I speak to people just getting started. And because that wasn't the people that they really targeted, then I kind of got little bro. And I took like a to that, like, I got nothing against Issa, but like it just gave me that motivation to like, well, I'm more now, uh you know not anything against them, but now I'm kind of more willing to either build my own thing and or support the people who are doing trying to get to that level that are kind of that are more similar to me and the thing in my values, like a CBN conference and things like that.
Right, but and it's no disrespect, and I hope this don't come across as disrespectful. But what I heard was you do have it. There's like a person who have a college degree who say, "Oh man, you don't need a college degree," but you have the college degree. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I remember like I'm like at one point like yeah thinking that like you're gonna get like you know like I'm not. It's not to say like ISA is they're the like damn near the governing entity in our industry. I'm not like downplaying who they are to the cleaning space. I say like even when I tell people when they're looking for different ways to like come up with pricing, I'm like, well, according to ISA, the time the times that they use, the cleaning times that they use, and they publish, and that they like they say that the average cleaner can clean about 2,500 square feet per hour. Like that comes from ISA. I'm not saying
right,
don't use information. I'm not saying don't like yeah, I'm just saying that it's not somewhere where I focus my attention on being like accepted by ISA or getting ISA certifications or all of that shit. I don't need ISA for that stuff. Like so yeah, in my course of business and learning these things, there was no one on the internet saying what they was and they had and doing reviews or speaking honestly about them. Everyone was just kind of, like kissing up to them. I didn't really have like an honest like what ISA was there. So I had to know for myself. And so yeah, I was some of the, me and AJ are like some of the first people really in it. And AJ didn't even go to it until I made a video. And then I saw that year he went to he went to the conference. Now all of us
correct,
know about it, but like, we were like the first people who are really like, moving and shaking into that space. They've always been around, obviously, but as far as like YouTubers and people of color, like we're the first wave of that. So yeah,
right, right, right.
I have the membership, but yeah, like I was, I've been testing and learning everything.
Right, and I'm just in agreement with you. Even with the minority business owner certification, I was always against it because of people. I don't know if you heard of Claude Anderson before. People like Claude Anderson was like, "Hey, you're not a minority. You from here, woo woo woo." But at the same time, I just see the benefits of having it. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And then I'm a I still own a cleaning franchise, but they used to always talk about ISSA, and I used to be like, "What's ISSA?" And then I saw how they got like you said, the different certifications, the big the conference, a reason to go to Vegas. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm, mhm.
But so let me ask you this, bro. Let me thank you too. But you because you give
Absolutely,
me a
man.
wealth of
Absolutely.
knowledge and just being able to be on here with you and you taking the time to do this. But
That's what I do.
what what you answered this before, I'm sure. What has been your biggest lead generation? What has been the biggest thing to generate leads and get you contracts? What's been the biggest thing? And it may be different for all areas of the country because I know you in Seattle, Washington, but and I'm assuming it's kind of techie out that way. I'm not sure. With it being Microsoft, the
Mhm.
home of Microsoft.
This is like a mini a mini Silicon Valley out here. Yeah,
Right,
it's
right, right,
extremely
right.
techy. Like next door is Boeing. There's planes flying over my head right now because Boeing's next door. Yeah, so yeah, it's real extremely techy out here. It's very business savvy out here too. Yeah.
Got you. So what would you say has been your biggest way of generating leads and coming across contracts?
So when you say biggest, what do you mean? Like what is
Like
biggest?
what's
Like
what
biggest
what
where do I get the biggest account? Where do I get the most consistent lead flow? Where do
yes,
I where, like where, which one? What's
both
biggest?
both what which way did you get your biggest account ever, and also what has been the most consistent way that you got in contracts, whether they be small, medium, or large?
So the most consistent way has been Google Ads, spending money on advertising because that's just the most predictable way any business is gonna generate lead flow. It's been ads, running ads. Uh, I don't, to be honest, nowadays, like in the beginning, it was just math. It was just like you got a customer acquisition cost and a lifetime value. As long as you manage those two things, you can spend money all day and just count customers. But now it's a little bit more broad. Now you have to do it actually at this level. You have to do some branding, especially locally. You have to do some brand work and then some retargeting on top of doing some search, some intent based marketing with search. but that's been my most consistent way. The most consistent way because it's like I can turn on the money, and I know exactly how much it's going to cost me to get a lead. I know how many leads it's going to eventually take for me to get a customer, so I know how much I can buy customers for. So that's been the most consistent. But that didn't come until I got to a level where I could do that. And I learned, I spent money and lost money in trial and error, trying to see what and learning conversion tracking and learning all the nerdy stuff that goes behind it. Like it took try and fail in order to get to the level where you can actually understand and see the math. But yeah, but that's been my most consistent. The biggest clients are always going to come from your brand, the people who search for you, like not the people who search for cleaning in my area, the people who have heard about you, have seen your work, who have been referred, or like who have just like who know who you are because you exist, and they already want to do business with you in particular before they reach out to you. Those are going to be the biggest ones. And that's how I've gotten my
Well,
biggest client. Yeah,
well, man. So, thank you so much, bro. Man, you gave me so much game. Hopefully, I can come up with that one on one price to get a little bit more one on one. But again, I'm gonna let you go, bro. Finish up your live. It's been a wealth of knowledge that you gave me, and hopefully we can link up more in the future.
absolutely, man. Blessings, blessings. Take it easy out there, man. Keep grinding.
Okay, all right, bro.
Peace. Love doing this so much, man. Love doing this. See if we got any cool comments in here. What's your favorite marketing tactic tool for your cleaning business? My favorite marketing or tactic is like what I call the local celebrity effect, which is kind of what I was just talking about. Creating a brand that you spend money on media behind, creating brand in the local area, and then you retarget that on top of taking advantage of the intent based marketing inside of that. But in with media spend in a condensed location, you can get results really quick, and then you can duplicate that across different areas or different sectors. If you are if you are if you are thinking about how and being conscious about how you're approaching, like, each step of conversions and each of these different landing pages that you're building out, and each of these different funnels that you're building. If you're paying attention to the process of how your client's going through each of these different systems, then you'll be better off for it. Marcus Simmons says, "Hey, this is the last one. I wish I found out about these lives earlier." It's all good. It's not the last time I will ever be live. It's not the last time you'll ever see me on YouTube. I'm going to put out a ton of videos. So click on the videos, hit that like button when they pop up. We will be going live again. We just won't be every Tuesday at 3 p.m. like we have been. So, but keep supporting the channel, and keep investing in yourself. Keep hustling. Stay on this grind, man. You got to stick to something. Stick to something. Build something for yourself. If it's not whatever it's going to be, just decide what it's going to be, and work through it. Push through the hearts. It's not going to be easy. If it was going to be easy, guess what? Everybody would be rich. Everybody would be filthy rich if it was easy. Everybody. There's not a soul who just doesn't want to just be rich for no reason. It's going to be hard. There's going to be some stuff you have to figure out. It's going to be some stuff you have to do. Otherwise, everybody would have it. And he was saying he felt like he wasn't where me and AJ are. He felt some type of way about like being older than us and not being where we are, where me or AJ is, and like not realizing that me and AJ have been at this for a decade. AJ probably, I think AJ a little over a decade. Me just under a decade. But like we got years of experience in this. It wasn't always like when we first started. It wasn't peaches and rainbows. It wasn't Mercedes or motorcycles and media studio. Like it wasn't that in the beginning. That wasn't what it was in the beginning. I was homeless in the beginning. It's surprising me how many people like follow me but don't remember that this is my story. I had no money. I was a homeless man. I was a homeless man who was deeply in debt, college debt and consumer debt. I had just gone through a crazy custody battle where I had limited access to my children. So you talk about like not feeling like like you're where you're supposed to be as a black man in America, like that's where I started. That's what I came from. That's why I am who I am today. It wasn't always like this. Like you're looking at a polished product that came from years and years of grind, years and years of grind, years of ups and downs. Like, yeah, things were good and they were going great in the beginning, and but then COVID happened again. I lost 70% of my business overnight. Had to do it all over again. So it's not after 1 year. It's not after 1.5, 2 years. Like after a year in business, after 1 year in business, I made less than what you're making. You're at 116,000. It was your highest year. I made less than that my first year. I didn't even make 100,000 my first year. It took me 2 years to get to the point where I was making over 100,000. And I was still doing most of the cleaning at that point. But yeah, it's that building the systems and putting the things in place at that point. That's when it becomes if you're going to build a business or not. That's exactly what it is. It's right when you're at 100,000, 150,000. That's when you have to start deciding, am I going to do this as a business, or am I just kind of just doing this, to try to get this money? So, am I okay with just pocketing this money and living good, or do I actually want to build a business? Because now you have to sacrifice again. Now you have to sacrifice a little bit, all of that flash that you work for, that cash that you've been taking in. Are you willing to reinvest it now? Are you willing to live without it now, or just take as much as only what you need and put the rest back into your business to make it something that can actually grow to get you to the 7-figure mark? Because that's what it takes. Because you get to a point at right around, like, everyone has the same story. That's why there's a barrier there. It's because there's a barrier there. It costs something. It costs something more than money. You got to sacrifice. You got to change your behavior. Do the hard thing. Are you going to sacrifice? Because now you're at the point where money is not an issue. You make 6 figures. Like, no one feels bad for you and how much money you make. They're like, oh, I make $116,000 a year. Like, no one feels bad for you. Yeah, I understand you want to get to that next level and make it a real business. If you want to, guess what? You're gonna have to go and be broke again. You got used to having money, guess what? Gotta be broke again. Good portion of that needs to go to payroll to get you out of the cleaning. Another good portion of that needs to go towards the systems and the operations to make it easy for it to happen, and for it to happen without you. And then you need to go and the rest of it needs to go to getting more clients so that you can have more profit and start paying yourself, more to start to build your income back up. It's going to take a sacrifice. It's a reset. It's the great reset. Right there at 6 figures. You know why? Because if you do the math, that usually adds up to about the max a person can work per day. In hours per month, like that. The math is just where like physically you're gonna tap out somewhere around. Like if you're high energy, you can work enough hours, and you got good sales. You'll probably get to, you got really high profitable accounts, and you're doing the cleaning yourself. You can probably clean your way to 150 grand, just cleaning yourself. I know, because I've done it. I was cleaning to over 6 figures. You can clean your way to right there, but guess what? Beyond that, you're not gonna clean your way to 1 million. You're just not. There's not enough hours in the day, and you can't move that fast. So if you want to get to that next spot, that's why you need to create systems. That's why you need to start writing what you're doing down and creating standard operating procedures, putting things in checklists, paying for the software that you need, diving into how to bring on employees or how to bring on contractors, if that's the way that you want to go. But yeah, it doesn't just happen. It's a constant build. It's a constant grind. And yeah, like, not that I felt like he was like calling me a fraud or anything, but like that's why I documented my process, because I don't have to prove anything to anybody, because you've sat here and, like, if you go through my videos, go back and watch all my videos. You sit there and you can count, like, you based off the accounts that I've shown, and I haven't even shown a third. I haven't even shown a third of the accounts that I actually have gotten over the years, like just what I've been able to film while working, because I'm actually building a business. But you, even just a third of the accounts that I've shown, you can see millions of dollars in work and labor alone. employees and people who work for me, they've always been in the background. Like, if my work's here, my work's here. So I don't like. There's no need for it. You do the work, the money will show up. And what's a lot of money to you may not be a lot of money to somebody else, and what's a lot of money to me may not be a lot of money to you, what have you. Everyone's on their own little journey, but document the process, show your work, so it's undeniable. That's my point. Show your work so it's undeniable. My shit's undeniable, like because I've shown my work. Like, you ask any other person in the space like that. That's one of the things that I get praised for within the niche, the people the creators in the space. They're like, man, I really love and respect the way that you did it, which is why I have a lot of pride in it, because I was able to document the process, and I didn't just come out here asking people for money for courses and to buy things and buy education from me because, oh, look, I know how to do a cleaning business. No, I still run my cleaning business. We're still like I'm still doing this. Like, I got new clients that, like, the other week that I was doing the filming and whatnot, and found a client that I can film doing walkthroughs in and doing whatever in. That was cool enough to do that, and I still do it. I'm still in this right along with you guys, building my business. Let's see. Clean Tastics 21 says, glad I caught you. Whew, had to catch the last one to tell you I appreciate you, and it's been amazing watching you grow to new heights. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here for my journey. It's been great so far. It's been really cool so far. I'm pumped about it. I'm pumped about where we're all going. Say, bro, I own a residential cleaning service. I'm new in Nara in the industry, and I just closed a job, daycare, for $1,200 a month. That's 10,000 square feet twice a week. Service $150 per cleaning. If it's profitable, if you can get it done funded, like I'm gonna say the same things a million times. It's not gonna change. If as long as you are getting paid more than it's costing you to do the job, I'm not gonna have a problem with it. It's not a wrong price. No such thing as a wrong price. That's more than it's costing you to do the job. That's business. It's just arbitrage. Buy low, sell high. Be profitable. If you can make a profit from it, what am I gonna say? What am I gonna say? If you're happy with the way things are going and you're profiting from it, what am I gonna tell you? No, you should run your business like I run my business. No, do whatever you want. Like, I can tell you what works for me, like, but if that works for you, man, that sounds great. Sounds like you can make it profitable, or let's say even if it's not profitable, do you need the money? Everyone likes to be all high and mighty about, like, pricing and all of this stuff, but if you're broke, someone reached out to me on the other. I didn't have a chance to, like, get in the comments, but, like, they really needed money, like, and they wanted to do this cleaning business. I'm like, one, if you were really hard up for, like, money, like, you can go just get a job. There are plenty types of businesses that you can just go and get a job pretty quickly. Usually a cleaning company, you probably go and get a job at, that'll actually give you some experience. But if you just need money right out the gate, like, and you are really in, like, dire straits, there's nothing wrong with just going to get a job. Like, it takes a certain type of person to just, when you already don't have money, say, I'm not going to try to get a job like that. Like, that takes a certain type of animal. Everybody's not built like that. Just because I did that doesn't mean I think that's any better than someone who would have just went and got a job. Like, I just am a different personality type. That doesn't make me better or worse. I just, like, the way I'm wired, I was more successful just going after it. But you can go get a job if you're really in dire straits. You can do that. You don't have to work there forever. You can just get enough money to eat so you can build your business on the side. But also, you can just get after it. We've been going for a hot minute, man. It's been a while. It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute on here. I wanted to make this one obviously longer than usual, with it being the last one. And yeah, spend as much time with you guys as I could for the last Cleaning Business Live. What can I say, man? 15,000 subscribers. I was talking to you guys know this my famous uh operations officer. We were in the studio getting the shop kind of cleaned up and ready for some other stuff that we're doing in here, and just kind of thinking back to that starting the channel and how business was going and the things that we were doing, and it's like I'm pretty sure that video still says, "Hey, like this is me and like we're night one on day one of our first cleaning account." And of me talking to nobody in a camera and uploading it would turn into this brand that it has. But like we were there all night. It was like we were there all night. Like I bid it for like 4 hours. We were there for at least 11 hours trying to get this account clean. I had greatly underestimated the amount of work that it was going to take. But that was my very first experience in this business, and I wasn't going to give up. A lot of people in that situation would have been like, "Man, I've been here for like 8 hours. I'm like, I'm not finishing this shit. I don't care how much they're about to pay me." Like, a lot of people give up in times like that. But yeah, but I'm looking back on it now. It's easy to say, yeah, I'm glad I pushed through. But like those times are hard. That's why I'm here trying to be the motivator, because that's what like. That's what I didn't have. I just had to believe for no reason. I just had to have blind belief. And that's the biggest thing that I wanted this channel to be, is like that example that, hey, it's possible. Like that, like, yeah, that's really it. It's possible. If you want it, you can get it done. If you want it to happen, it can happen. Because I didn't do anything extremely special. I just put my head down and did the work, and I didn't give up when it was hard. That was it. That's all I want. That's all I want. All I want you guys to know is that you can do it. You can actually build a business as big as you want it to be. As big as you want it to be, and it can solve whatever the money problems are that you have in or whatever. Like if it's really what you want to, if business is actually what you want to do, you want to be a business owner, and you actually want to put in the work to be a business owner, you most definitely can. You most definitely can. You don't have to have blind belief like I did. Like, yeah, you have to have you have to have blind belief in yourself if you're, that you're actually going to do it. But I'm here telling you that it works. It 100% works. It 100% works. I can't believe in you more than you believe in yourself, though. You got to get it. You got to get up and get to it. Lavender says, "Thank you. I've learned a lot and will continue on." Yes, appreciate it. I appreciate it. Y'all make sure I hit the like button if you haven't already. We're doing a couple more things before we get out of here. What's that? It says, "Charge 30 per hour. I'm planning to get done in 5 hours. I'm new to the industry. I'm a truck driver, and I want to do something different to get extra money." That's smart, man. That's smart. Yep, double it up. Double it up. Stack that bread, man. That's one of the other things. So like I feel like I'm starting to have like a similar problem to like a Dave Ramsey, who talks about personal finance, but keeps it really simple to the point where you can't argue with it. Like you can't argue with anything that I'm going to tell you to do, because it's very straightforward. It's the very obvious thing that makes sense to do. All that other stuff that like sounds too good to be true. Trust me, I've tried all of the get rich quick stuff. I tried all of that stuff. It got to the point where I was just like, all right, I'm sick of losing money and I'm sick of being broke. Let me try this the actual way. Try to do this the right way instead of the quick way, and that's when everything actually started to change. So do things the right way instead of the quick way. But I'm starting to have this problem where like, people are not okay with it being the simple and hard solution, but that's what it is. Like people don't think it's saving money. Start there. Save some money. Stop spending all your money. Like if that, like first of like number one, like that was what I first had to do. If I want, like that was the first thing I had to learn how to do, was stop spending every cent that came in. No matter what bills were due, no matter who I owed money to, you're the most important person in this story. Stop giving away all your money. Keep some, and then deploy it in ways that can make you money when you've stacked it up. You have to do that in your personal, and you have to do that in your business. there's nothing more that I could. There's nothing that I'm going to say that's going to be more valuable than that. Because like beyond that, then it's just how you manage what you want to, what you invest that money in and what you deploy that capital to. But a lot of you already are making money, and like you just aren't living below the amount of money that you make, and you aren't working enough hours in order to bring in enough money to have, to be able to work, to live below those means. So if you work, like most people don't have money problems, they have behavior problems. Either you don't work enough, you're not working enough, or you're spending too much. You're spending all of your money. If you're working more than you can imagine, you're just spending too much, whether you want to admit it or not. If you're not actually making enough, you're just not working enough, which just means you need to go and get more work, do more things, be more active, spend more time trying to get money. But that's where I'm at with it. I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Why can I get this to start over? I want my song to play one more time. Let's see if we can get it to loop back around here. But I appreciate y'all, boss fam. We're gonna wrap it up. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for being the realest cleaning business community on the internet. I don't know. I'm overwhelmed. Like 15,000 subscribers is crazy, absolutely crazy. To think of like me talking to a camera and to nobody, just as I clean people's toilets and as I clean people's gyms, I think that I would be able to help other entrepreneurs and other people get out of that same situation, or bad situation. I love it, man. I love you guys. Thank y'all for being the realest cleaning business community on the internet. I'm not going anywhere. Live or over. I see your hustle of it to keep your ambition. Put the work in, you gon' benefit it, Lord, I promise. It's to my angels in the sky, just know I got it. I know y'all looking down, smiling like, do it, baby. I went head first in it and do no hesitate. Now I'm reaping all my blessings. Stay patient, glad I waited for it. Now I'm shining and they can't ignore me. Pass the phone, my wheels and move forward. Ain't about how many times you fall back up against the wall that bounce back. Who's telling all? The channel's not going anywhere. TJ the Boss is not going anywhere. Cleaning Boss isn't going anywhere. I got you guys, man. Let's put this together. Let's grow. Let's put us up on a higher pedestal. So, see y'all around, man. Love y'all. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the love. I'll be seeing y'all, man. Make sure y'all reach out to me. Trust me, I am responsive. Hit me up in the comments. Hit me up on IG, in the DMs, all of that stuff. I love hearing from y'all. I love hearing about the successes. But yeah, join the community when I put it out, and we'll have some successes together. But yeah, man, I love y'all. Keep that boss mentality. Peace. Boss fam, really quick, you have got to start automating your sales process. I know you love your cleaning business. This is your baby, but you can't do everything. You're trying to run a business here. So automate your sales process so that you can have more time to close deals and grow your cleaning business. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're the CEO. You're the owner. So you are responsible for growing the business, not doing all those small day-to-day tasks. And if you don't know how to automate your sales process, I have a guide. So go in the link in the description and download the guide. That way you can start automating the sales process and start growing your business and working on your business instead of in it. Love you guys. Keep that boss mentality.